happy Friday. I really hope you had a fantastic week. Some of you guys were asking me on Twitter about my stay in Hungary, and I want to elaborate on that. The reason we went to Hungary was because when I was little, my mom was studying ceramics, and she had finished studying everything she could in Iceland, and her Icelandic school had some connections with a school in Hungary. We went there in 1992, the year I turned 5. My mom went in September, and my dad and I came in November. And so I spent my 5th birthday there, and you can hear more about that in my previous video. You should be able to see a card up here somewhere. Now I have a picture. This is me on my 5th birthday. As you can see, I had a massive black eye. Here's what happened. So shortly after we got to Hungary, I was sitting on a stool in front of my dad's desk, and I was wearing my dad's sweater because I was cold. Because I was cold, I pulled my knees up to my chin, so they were here. And again, because I was cold, I pulled my dad's sweater up over my knees. So my knees were inside the sweater. Then I pulled my hands into, out of the sleeves and in up to my chest. So I had no way of keeping balance, and obviously I fell and I hit my head on my dad's desk. So my mom came home and she decided to take me to the hospital, which was a really good thing because my skull was fractured. There wasn't that much they could do about it, just keep me there for observation in case there was some bleeding into my brain or anything. But that wasn't the case. The only bleeding happened in my face, and I had a massive black eye for a few weeks. While I was in Hungary, I went to kindergarten. The kindergarten was across the street from where we lived, and there was a park in front of it, and on the other side of that park there lived a boy who went to the same kindergarten, and we were very good friends. Now I remember his name was Anders, and he was Hungarian, and he spoke exclusively in Hungarian, and I spoke exclusively in Icelandic, and we understood each other perfectly. It was one of the best things about being in Hungary. I had a friend, and he was like my friend even though he maybe didn't understand everything I said. I only stayed in Hungary for about 9 months, while my parents stayed for a little longer. And this was because in Iceland, the year kids turn 6, they start school. And my mom didn't want me to start school in Hungary because she was afraid that I wasn't disciplined enough and I was going to get into a lot of trouble with the teachers. I went home in August and I went to stay with my grandparents. My parents stayed a little longer. My mom got her master's degree in ceramics, and that was that. So that was my stay in Hungary. It was quite an experience, but I think being 5 years old, I couldn't appreciate it as much as older people would have. I don't know. I really hope you enjoyed this little look into my past. So if you have any questions about my stay in Hungary, leave them in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer those. And I'm gonna see you again next week. Bye!